Hi, this is Bonnie, and I have another video for you today. This one's going to be semi-quick. What we're going to do is we're going to use, this is called Magnolia Branch, and it is from the newest release from Fairy Hugs. It's the book theme, and this is one of the florals that we added to the book theme. It's beautiful. And what I wanted to do today is go ahead and do something similar to what I did in my last video. I made a wooden bookmark. I'm going to try and do some drop earrings. I don't particularly wear earrings myself, but I know there's a lot of people that do, and I thought this might give you an idea of something you can do with wood. And this is my mat that I used the last time when I made the bookmark, and I've got the same ink down. I have the Sapphire, chip Sapphire. I have tumbled glass. Let's get that back into the video here. Okay, and I also have peeled paint. So those are all what's on that mat, and all I'm going to do is take each one of these and make that color on there like I did before the gradation, however you say that. So I just am doing the squishing technique, and you just squish your ink on here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and break it up with my fingers. And then I'm going to take these, and I'm going to just put those in there and get some ink all over that. I want that more at the top. And I am also going to do, obviously, both sides. Now these are smaller than doing the bookmark, so it's going to be different. And both sides of these are going to be different, so technically you could wear them either way, depending on how you put them on your, if you know how sometimes you can make them and flip them and just put a little ring at the end, and then you can flip them around. So it really doesn't matter, it's kind of almost two-sided. So let's go ahead and do the other one, and these will not be identical. They're going to be artsy. But they're going to have the same concept. I think I'm going to add a little bit more drips to the bottoms of these. Like I said, just this in itself is kind of fun. All right, so we've got those. Now I'm going to do the second layer and add a little bit of the blue. I think I can, even though it's wet. And break that up. And we're going to add the blue to that. Going to smush that on there. So we've got, I don't know, you can kind of see there's a blue and we even got a fun, funky thing going on in there. I think we need a little bit more blue. And that's the thing, when you have a lighter color, you have to add a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and get that in there. Okay, I think this needs a little bit more. All right, we've got those two, but I'm going to still add that little bit of green to the bottom. I'll show you that green down here. We're going to break that up. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp that green. So we have really a different variation there going on. So that's what those look like when you get done. I'll do one more, that's because we're having a pair. Here we go. So we have those two going. I'm going to dry those and come back and stamp them a little bit again. And then eventually we're going to put our design on. Okay, so I am back to add one more layer on here. And like they're perfectly dry. So I'm going to just add a little bit of water to each layer. It's still broken up pretty good. So we're just going to do a tad at the top. Just a little bit. See how I did that at the top? And I'm going to do that on both sides. This absorbs really well because why? It is wood. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit in the middle and both sides. Okay. Do the top up here. I'll do the green last. Whoops. And then we'll do our green. All right, so I'm going to do like what I did on my bookmark, how I came back in and I filled this in with my finger. Just because that part's going to show when you wear it, no matter what you do. And like again, I said before, you can use your blending brush as well to get this, because it needs to soak into that wood. And we're using up all our ink that way, not too much of a waste. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. I think you can see how that looks when you do the edges. I can get that a little closer. So far I've just done the blue, the chipped sapphire. And these are a lightweight and wood too, so they're not going to be heavy on your ear. Okay, so I'm going to do the bottom part, get a little bit more on here, and green. Even though my finger is definitely blue, I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use a different, I don't know if this is going to show, I don't think it's going to matter. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'll probably get a little bit of blue in it. Well, I can see right there, there's a piece I need to fix. Not a problem. This is also very thin plywood, I believe. They're just what they call blanks, wood blanks. So, okay, we got that one. I think you can see how I am filling in, taking that. And see, when I did that, I'm pulling some of that wood away. So I'm going to have to probably fix that by adding more of this to it. And I think I'm going to glue that piece back on. That was my finger's fault. I was rubbing it away. I shouldn't have done it that hard. But that's okay because I've actually... But I'm going to glue, I have this little piece, I'm going to glue that right back in there. And it'll be fine, because I want that there for when I stamp too. And plus I'm going to seal it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get that glued back on, and then we're going to get ready to do some stamping. Okay, so stamping these are going to be a little bit trickier because I want to do an all-over print. And so the top, very top part, I decided that would not have a print on it because that's where the hole is going to be. And I could always add, some gold paint up there at the top and not worry that there's not anything there. So again, I'm just going to use this all over it like this. I think it'll make a really, really, really pretty earring. So we're just going to set that up. I'm going to go as high as I can and get as much of that flower right there in the center. And I'll try to do the exact same thing for the other earring. And again, I'm just using the Nocturne, VersaFine Clair Nocturne. And I'm hoping that it will show this really pretty detail in the stamp. if you recall in my last video, I did do the bookmark and it did show the sentiment detail really well. So I'm hoping that it does. And it did with the stamp, it did too. So, oh, that is beautiful. Look at that. That is one gorgeous earring. And you can leave it just like that, or you could come back in and color it, but you know what? I think that's really pretty because of the colors in the background, that it's not necessary. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other one as well, and we'll let this dry. I decided just for fun, I could do the exact same on the back, but I'm going to do this little sentiment that I used on my bookmark because, I don't know, just kind of makes me happy. I'm going to put this, it fits perfectly on the back of that earring. So I'm going to put this on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and do the second one and wait for them to dry, and then we'll go ahead and stamp the back. I thought I'd go ahead and show you how I did set this up to stamp. This is the other earring. And so basically I have a piece of paper that is smaller so that I can tape down the paper and the top of the earring all in one, like that. And then I got another piece of paper because I knew that the stamp could, even though it's going to be raised because of the earring, it probably won't do much, but I think that's what we're going to do. I am going to take that that I just stamped and get the rest of that ink off so I don't make a mess someplace else on this earring. All right, and then I'm going to use my acetate that comes with the earring, or earring comes with the stamp, and I'm going to set that up to look as close as I can to the one that I already did. And I don't think there's going to be, you know what, I'm just going to set that on there. I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference with the earrings being on each ear, unless you're going to sit there and, you know, just hold them next to each other. There we go. Okay, so that's what I did, totally setting it up, and then I just went ahead and stamped it. Yep, I just think that is so pretty. All right, so like I said, I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to stamp the backs. Okay, so I've got the sentiment set on the back of the earring that we just did, and this particular one fits very nicely on the back. I should probably tell you the size of these drops too. I want to make sure that's not going to move. I kind of hold my breath every time. Here, I should get this a little closer. I kind of like hold my breath every time I go to stamp these because it's like, okay, is this going to work? It's the first time. I have to raise it back up, otherwise I can't open the lid. Very, whoops, nope. There we go. So it worked. Yay! So that's on the back of the earrings, and you can wear them really either way, and that's really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the other one, and I'll show you how I'm going to finish them off. Okay, so I finished off the earrings, front and back, and then I added some distressed collage medium to seal them, and that's really all I did in terms of finishing them off that way. And then what I did is, I'm not going to classify myself as a professional jewelry maker. I'm more of a crafter, and so I added a jump ring at the top and then another jump ring so that this would hang the right way. Now what I told you earlier is that you'd be able to wear these both ways. Well, depending on probably what hook you use in order for that to work, because this would go forward. So either you create them so that they can only go one direction, or maybe you have a better idea where you can make these earrings work either way and to be reversible. I really don't know because I'm not that good at that. But I just wanted you to see that I did get those completed. I think they're really pretty. I am not also a, I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I don't know why, I just think these are really pretty. So anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll have that information in the description below in terms of what I used. Thanks so much.